Ahead in the Glasshouse, a very special occasion.
Hey John, is it true you're going to help the Queen celebrate her 80th birthday with champagne, soft music and a long slow massage with a happy ending?
I don't want to say that will happen, but it is quite possible.
Welcome to the Glasshouse, the program that asks the question, if you actually saw the Easter Bunny laying a chocolate egg, would you still be so keen on eating them? More news than Rolling Stones gathering cash this week. The gorgeous and talented Peter Costello has admitted he's been asked to be a contestant on Dancing with the Stars. Sadly, Costello declined the offer because he doesn't want to look like an idiot on national TV. Come on, Pete, take up dancing. It's the only chance you'll ever get to lead. In Stockholm, a nurse called Jesus has been asked to use a different name because patients were allegedly getting upset when they were told Jesus will be coming soon. He's now using his middle name, Death. If you ring for him, he'll come. But if you want him to come a second time, it takes ages. In the UK, Mohammed Al Fayed, who owns Harrods, reportedly wants his body embalmed and made into the hour hand of the shop's giant clock. Wouldn't be the first time a ticking Arab has caused a sensation. So, long after he's dead, the women of London will say, he was a bit weird, but did you see the size of his clock? And every hour, on the hour, he'll point directly at Buckingham Palace and a recorded voice will say, the Queen killed Diana! The Queen killed Diana!
News from the communist world, Wilovich. A flying saucer school teaching UFO spotters how to react if they meet an alien has opened in a small town in Russia. The UFO and Paranormal College offers a 3-year course in ufology, after which you graduate as a fully fledged space cadet. Students are taught to communicate using sign language. If an alien makes this sign, it means I come in peace. If it makes this sign, it means, I suppose, a probe is out of the question. And if an alien makes this sign, it means, I lost my watch last time I was here. Mind if I take a quick look for it? Students learn they shouldn't try to shake hands with an alien's hand because the 5-digit appendage you think is a hand could actually be its genitals. And you may end up married and impregnated. Of course, you can't always be sure you're meeting an alien. It could just be someone who grew up downwind of Chernobyl.
Take it!
Hey. Oh, great. Oh, no. Sad. I'm very, very sad. Very sad. You know why? Because I gave up drugs years ago and now all these new ones around and I don't get to try them. You know about this thing called ice? In my day, ice was something you used to cool down your stubbies. Now it's a fantastic new drug, apparently. Yeah, there's so many ways to use it. Apparently you can swallow it, you can snort it, you can smoke it, you can inject it, or you can stick it up your ass. I mean, yeah, it does have its downsides, I must admit. Apparently after the trip, you're depressed for days. Pretty much like taking a Concorde to New Zealand. Yeah, fun while you're in the air, but you end up in a really bad place. Seriously. And it's actually sending people nuts. They're psychotic all over Australia. And these people, the police are having a hard time because they're impossible to bloody calm down. Apparently, the other day, they took 3 cans of capsicum spray, to try to calm him down. I mean, this is adding to global warming. Get off the ice, kids. You don't need it. Just take a Tic Tac and pretend. You know, I don't need bloody drugs to get depressed. I just look in the mirror and go, oh, God, why have you done this to me?
All right, let's get to it. Joining me, Corinne and Dave, to throw some stones in the Glasshouse tonight, returning to the Melbourne International Comedy Festival with his new show, Unmitigated, the San Francisco Kid, Arj Barker. And our Commonwealth Games swimming captain, Madam Backstroke, Gian Rooney. All right, movers and shakers. First up, Sydney children as young as 5 are undergoing life coaching to learn how to plan for their future and become a financial success when they grow up. The coaching also identifies the real losers early, so parents don't have to waste time on them. There's even a version of the Wiggles to help them understand the stock market. They're called the fluctuations. Sadly, kids are still missing out on the most important lesson of all, how to tell a life coach from a wanker. Corinne, you can spot a wanker a mile away. She'll be teaching little kids about this stuff.
It's absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? What does a little kid need to know about the stock market, for God's sake? The only thing you should be worrying about when you're 5 is when you find a new object, whether you should eat it, throw it, or wee on it. That's it. That's all we need to know when you're 5.
When you were little, were you going around weeing on
I
things?
was a wee machine.
What, were you marking your territory?
I did unfortunately wee quite a bit when I was a kid.
Yeah, but I agree with it. I reckon teach them young, get kids bloody sorted out, you know? Bullies used to have a go at me all the time. I had nothing in return, you know? If I had a life coach, he might have been able to help me, you know? God, I wish I knew then what I know now. I'd say, stuff you, man. I'm going to get really good at comedy. And then you'll be still doing whatever you're doing and I'll be bloody on the Glasshouse raving on with no point.
I sort of agree with Corinne. I don't think that you need to teach a kid about, when you're 5, you shouldn't have to worry about finances. You know, I still don't know how a bank works. And, only for the first time this year I did my own taxes because I always thought it's too difficult. And it's actually not that hard. I found out it's all about guesstimation. And it's actually pretty cool. I'm getting $185,000 back. I only made 15 last year. So kind of sweet, though.
What do you think about getting kids involved this early?
I think my parents would have loved it because then I wouldn't have been a swimmer.
How young did you start swimming?
5 a.m. mornings.
Oh, they didn't like getting up at 5 a.m?
No, Mum used to come wake me up at 4:47.
And so every day you get up at that early?
Yeah, I used to when I was little. And, you know, back then Life Coaches was my coach, who usually had a cup of coffee in his hand and wild eyes from the night before going, swim, swim, swim.
Was your coach a raver?
No.
Swim, swim.
At what age did you start swimming?
I was about 12.
And how did you get involved? Were you how did you...
Oh, I wish I had a really cool story. Everyone's got a really cool story, you know, asthma and stuff like that. My friend said, do you want to come? And I said, yeah.
Did she go on with it, or did you...?
No, actually, she didn't. She didn't. I took it on, but everyone that I competed against when I was young didn't go on with it. So,
except for you?
Yeah.
And were you the best at that age, or at a young age?
No.
No?
I was hopeless.
You were?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Really? So is there people sitting at home during the Commonwealth Games going, I used to kick her?
Yeah. Sure is. Yeah. I think I was 13th in the state.
At what age?
At 13.
Oh,
yeah.
See, but that's still better than me because at 13 I was still doing backstroke diagonally.
And weeing the whole way. Seriously. After the race, they'd be like, Corinne, where's your urine sample? She'd be like, over there.
Yeah. Were you a sports guy? Arj, it's hard to believe that you were. But
not so good at sports, although masturbation was a sport. I would have been a star athlete in high school.
Would you have always come first?
Did a friend get you into that?
No, but I'm a little upset about this thing about kids. I just don't think it's appropriate, you know, because kids are so impressionable at the young age. Like, the littlest thing could stay with you your whole life, Corinne.
It's true.
Like, I'll never forget one time they had this lady come to teach us how to finger paint. And she had this, like,
That was a very dangerous pause.
I'm so glad the word paint was in that sentence.
Yes.
you know, you smear the paint with your fingers. And I'll never forget. She had like this big, colorful, flowery hat. You know.
Yeah.
And for some reason, she just stroked my hand with these nails while I was doing it, and like that was my first time I got kind of like excited, you know. And to this day, if I see a woman, it doesn't matter. She could be the most unattractive woman in the world wearing like a big flowery hat. I just get uncontrollably turned on.
All right, you should steer clear of a woman called Dame Edna. Our next mover and shaker is a public health crusader from Sydney University who says in a few years, smokers may have to get a licence if they want to indulge their habit. Professor Simon Chapman says the idea is to make sure smokers know the risks, because diseased organs on cigarette packs, aortal fat on TV commercials while you're eating, and being treated like a pedophile leper just isn't working. But there are better ways to curb smoking. You know those candles that play a tune when you light them? What about cigarettes that go, "Ah, I'm burning! I'm burning!" You're a passive man. Is it time we got really tough with smokers?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have to admit I smoke sometimes, only when I drink. I mean, I have sort of a problem, like, if I drink, I want to sometimes have a cigarette, and if I have a cigarette, I feel like a drink. It's almost kind of a problem. But I switched to Camels, so now I only get thirsty once every 11 days. But smoking it's brutal, especially as a smoker. You never get good news. Does a smoker ever read good news? Even if they discover good news, they don't publicize it. Like the fact that smoking seriously reduces the risk of jogging.
We need warnings on cigarette packets now, seriously. I mean, if you don't know smoking kills, you're too dumb to live anyway, I reckon.
That's the thing, like, if you smoke nowadays, you know it's bad for you, but we assume that it was always like that. But I've thought about it, like, there was a day when they didn't know when it first came out, like 1920, like before there was a lot of medical information. Everybody smoked, and there was zero medical information against it. So it would have been like a smoker's paradise. It would have been like, I love smoking, this is great. Fun for the whole family, too. You right back there, kids? You got your Winnie the Pooh ashtray. Don't make them back. Hey, there's Phil. How you doing, Phil? Not too good. They're taking my lung out next week. I don't know why. The doctor thinks maybe I'm brushing my teeth too often. But I can't help it, because for some reason my breath smells like I licked a monkey's ass.
What, did your parents ever smoke?
My grandfather smoked a pipe every day of his life, and he didn't die of lung cancer, he died of dementia.
Right.
Which was better.
Yeah, because why?
Because he didn't know.
He didn't know that he was dying.
Yeah.
He didn't know that he was smoking the cigarettes out of his
Are you, like, being an athlete, are you an anti-smoker?
I'm a big anti-smoker, actually, yeah, because it's got to be one of the most selfish habits in the world.
Yeah, you're right.
Hasn't it?
Yeah,
you know, like I was coming to the
selfish.
airport today and there was a mother with a baby on, you know, those carrying things on the front, and she was puffing away.
What is she doing to herself?
And the baby.
Well, to her baby.
I've heard some very well-known swimmers, won't name any of them, but really high profile, like sometimes have cigarettes at parties. Have you seen these guys? I won't say they're guys, but apparently. Have you seen some well-known athletes smoke?
No, I haven't.
Well, you're going to the wrong parties, obviously. So you don't think any athletes, any swimmers smoke?
We used to have, some European swimmers used to smoke a lot, and they used to be allowed to be doing it on pool deck and things like that.
Right, smoking at the pool. It'd be great to see him swimming in the full bodysuit with just a packet of smokes up the arm.
Good swimmers? Like, they still fast?
Alex Popov.
Alex Popov?
The sprinter, the really, like, the world champion. Yeah.
So Popov, has he given up, Popov?
Yeah, he has.
Oh, that's good to know.
Probably because of his smoking.
Oh, he's given up swimming and not smoking.
Our favourite mover and shaker is Australian cricket's fast bowling star Jason Gillespie, who's finally cut off his equally famous mullet. Gillespie says he got rid of the mullet because it got a bit ratty. And he's not kidding. Apparently health department officials were threatening to close his head down. But he still has the hair in a plastic bag in a drawer in his Adelaide home. If he values these kind of souvenirs, let's hope he never gets a back sack and crack wax. But it's not really collectible. It's unlikely. It's the only mullet in a plastic bag stuffed in a drawer in Adelaide, although chances are the others have bodies attached. Gian, you know where the bodies are buried. Do you worry about how you look when you race?
First of all, that is so wrong. So wrong what you just said. But
It is, yes. G'day to everyone watching in Adelaide.
Yeah.
If you're still alive.
No, I guess the swimming's probably the most, unglamorous sport there is on the planet. No makeup, hair in a cap, goggles, no jewellery, no nothing, and you wear those unusually tight bodysuits. So
Yeah, but you're all cut to the, you're all hot. Yeah, there's no chubby swimmers getting around, is there? You all look fantastic. Let's not talk yourself down too much.
that's because we all smoke.
But do you look good? Is it the sort of thing where you
She
just
does look good.
Well, I mean, do you look good? But do you think about it when you're out there? Especially in the post-race interview, when they interview and you're still
breathing, heaving.
But you just got to chill and just kind of, calm your breathing down as much as possible because it looks really bad when we're...
Yeah, but if you're not doing that...
I think that looks great.
And if you're not doing that, it looks like you haven't even tried,
Yeah.
Here's a question.
Breathing hard.
I have a question for you. You won a gold medal, didn't you, in the Olympics?
Yes.
And, I mean, that's do you just sometimes go home and just, dance with it?
You know what I like about you is I saw you're honest when you finish your race.
You called me grumpy, didn't you?
I did call you grumpy.
Yeah.
but in a good way, because you got second by 1/100th of a second, didn't you?
Yeah.
1/100th of a second,
Yeah.
and the girl came over to hug you, and you said, "Oh no, hug someone else."
No, I didn't do that at all.
You did a Jana Pittman.
Can I also ask too on this thing? Hasn't there been a bit of controversy lately that from the underwater camera that perhaps your hand might have touched the wall first but didn't hit hard enough? Isn't there some sort of?
Well, that's why I was staring at the screen so long because my name came up first and then it swapped.
Oh!
And I was staring, going, swap back now. Come on, you can do it. But it never did. And so, those two are training partners, so they're obviously good friends.
I know, but you were...
but I was devastated.
Yeah, and I appreciate
devastated.
that, and I appreciate your devastation,
Yeah.
and I've lost
And then I
many
cried
times.
when you called me grumpy.
Did you cry?
Yes.
Oh my God, my words have power. Gian, sorry, I'm sorry. I'm never speaking again. I meant it in a good way, I made Gian cry. Oh, I touched her.
And that's why she cried.
Later in the Glasshouse, Kim Beazley reveals he spent an entire week in the Labor Party room with a "Kick Me" sign on his back.
They knew all about it.
And sick of Go Russ Go, Russell Crowe tutors a crowd on proper orgasm conversation.
Yes. Yes!
Tonight's question on the Glasshouse is, what's the worst birthday present you ever got? Let's find some answers. What's the worst present you ever got?
A mousetrap from my flatmate Pablo.
What you should have done, this is an idea that you possibly still could do, catch a mouse with the mousetrap and give him the dead mouse as a birthday present.
Put it in his bed.
Yeah.
My ex-boyfriend cooked me sausages once.
On your birthday, he cooked your sausages?
Yep.
That's why he's an ex, yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
So you didn't do anything with his sausage after that?
Well, I'm actually quite a hairy man down low, and my last boyfriend gave me a voucher for a full body wax.
So you took that as not a sign of love?
Well, I think it was when he first called me Chewbacca that I took offence.
Mate, who are you texting, man? Just give us his text. It's on the text message thing. I'm not going to talk to him.
I was trying to work out my worst birthday presents.
Well, what is it?
Probably just a dead goldfish or something like that.
You never got a dead goldfish. You just made that up.
Well, I've always got good birthday presents, so...
Well, it must be because of your winning smile. Oh. What's the worst birthday present you ever got?
I think you should be asking him because it's his birthday today.
What did you get today?
This is my present here, so it's a bit povo, isn't it?
Tickets to the Glasshouse is your birthday present.
Yeah, they're free.
You cheapskate. Is that it, or is there something else coming up?
He got other stuff as well.
I haven't got my present yet, so...
You have what's that later on? Is that what he gets?
Get away.
On the weekend you You get something on the weekend, did you, mate? Yeah.
Nothing tangible, yeah. I'm not.
All right. I think we're with you. Yeah, fair. All right, great.
Masturbatory news for monarchists. In just over a week, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II will turn 80. The party will have representatives from every Commonwealth country. Don't be surprised if the Sierra Leone group leaves early. Everyone will dress up for the occasion. This time, Prince Harry is going as a Sama. I wonder what he'll bring to the party. Ooh, brownies. Dave, I'd like your help. I want you to be the birthday girl, and we're going to interview you. First question, Your Royal Hughesness. How are you planning to celebrate the big 8-0?
With a big 6-9.
So you're saying that... Oh, I'm horrified to ask this, but you're saying that you and Philip actually have a fulfilling sex life?
Oh, and he's not invited.
Are you saying that as a queen you do it with other people?
Oh, I'm talking about bingo, people! You dirty, dirty Australians. Dirty-minded convicts.
Your Honour, what did you, are you up to anything later?
What do you mean, young man? What would you be... Why?
Just, I don't know, go out for a drink or something, just like...
I'm busy with appointments. We can check with my secretary.
Just a couple beers at the pub or something, just...
Someone ring Philip and tell him that he's going to have to feed the corgis tonight.
Take it, hat lady, you like it!
You probably should stop, but please don't.
Could you, Arj, that's, wow. Oh my, Your Majesty, I don't even know how to go on, but...
Can I get a cigarette?
Wow.
Your Highness actually met you a few weeks ago.
Oh, I remember. Did I make you cry?
Yeah. And I asked you, I said, I'm a bit upset that you're not sticking around to watch the rest of the swimming. And you said that you had to go home, and I was wondering, what was that for?
No, yeah, I should have stuck around longer and got to know the locals, especially the American comedians.
So why didn't you hang around at the Commonwealth Games?
Oh, I'm a busy lady, If Australia's just one stop on a bloody long journey, I'm the Queen. Who are you? Some bloody young Aussie tramp who pretends... Oh, no, I'm the Queen. I'll say what I like. Off with your heads.
What do you think you would have done if you weren't a queen, apart from a fishwife?
Been a stripper. Whatever, just make a living, maybe a swimmer like Gian.
Sorry, what is that accent you're talking in now?
That is my English accent.
You sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I did him.
I think you're getting the Queen and Paris Hilton mixed up.
I did her.
This has gone to hell in a handbasket.
You better be good, young Arj.
You're not the real Queen, are you?
You'll find out later on. I might be the Queen, but I can take you to the palace.
won the Company Glasshouse Trophy this week is go. And the winner of the Drongo's Got My Baby Stupid White Man's Business is a tourist from New South Wales who was doing a nighttime drive to Uluru recently. Despite being just 100 metres from the rock, he still couldn't find it. So he waved down another vehicle to ask for directions. Unfortunately, it was a police car. And he was drunk. As well as having a blood alcohol reading of 0.12, he was also unlicensed. I reckon he did bloody well to get as close as he did. So the trophy goes to the fearless Red Rock Hunter. The cops weren't even the first people he asked for directions, but he was so pissed every time he tried to say Uluru, the others he stopped thought he was asking for oral sex. Well, that's the way it is for Wednesday, April the 12th. Thank you, Gian. Thank you, Arj. We're going to be in the big room for the next 4 weeks at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival, Town Hall, Paris Hilton end of Collins Street. Get in the house, dogs. For now, let's take a look at tomorrow's headlines. According to the Herald Tribune, police seek naked bushwalker for naked bushwalks, fun times and possible commitment. The Gold Coast Bulletin claims ADHD drugs give kids hallucinations. A pixie on their shoulder yelling, "Concentrate! Concentrate!" And in the Globe and Mail, Iran forced to stop nuclear enrichment program. Starts work on, I can't believe it's not uranium. Good night.